Hello, everyone. In this session, we are going to talk about Vietnam. What comes to mind when you hear the word Vietnam? Look at the map of Vietnam. It has a very distinctive shape, long and narrow, that runs north and south. Look at the country's full name: Socialist Republic of Vietnam. Unlike other countries in Southeast Asia, it is a socialist country. Who is the father of the nation? Please follow me to learn about it together. In this session, we are going to focus on Vietnam's location and size, history, people, language, attractions, and cuisine. Firstly, location and geography. Vietnam is located in Southeast Asia. It borders China, Cambodia, and Laos. The country is very narrow and long. It stretches over 1,650 kilometers from north to south and has a reputation of Pacific terrace. Due to its shape, Vietnam has different climatic roles. The temperatures are generally higher in the southern parts than in the country's north. The capital city is Hanoi, and its most popular city is Ho Chi Minh City. Vietnam has many forested regions and rolling hills. High mountain peaks can be found in the northern parts of the country. The highest point of Vietnam is Phan Xipang, which is 3,143 meters high. The largest island is Phu Quoc. The island is located in the Gulf of Thailand. Secondly, its history. Vietnam has a long history. In the past, Vietnam was famous for the historic spirit of the Great Patriotic War. Now it attracts visitors as a peaceful, safe, and attractive tourist destination. Vietnam used to be an independent feudal country. French forces invaded in 1858 and began the French colonial era. In 1945, the Communist Party of Vietnam Revolution, founded by Ho Chi Minh, was successful. Chairman Ho Chi Minh issued the Declaration of Independence, proclaiming the birth of the Democratic Republic of Vietnam. In September of the same year, France again invaded Vietnam, and the Vietnamese people fought a 9-year war of resistance against France. From 1955 to 1975, the Vietnam War lasted 20 years. A national general election was held in April 1976. The country was named the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, and Ho Chi Minh was hailed as the father of the nation. Thirdly, its people and language. Only 36% of the population live in the urban areas of the country. The majority of people live in the Red River Delta in the north of the country, and in the Mekong Delta and Ho Chi Minh City in the south. In Vietnam, the government recognizes 54 ethnic groups. The vast majority of people belong to the Viet people. The biggest minority groups are the Thai and Khmer people. The national language of the country is Vietnamese. Minority groups speak a variety of languages. French is spoken by many educated Vietnamese as a second language, especially among the older generation and those educated in the former legacy of South Vietnam, where it was a principal language in administration, education, and commerce. Fourthly, attraction. Vietnam is one of the Southeast Asia's most beautiful countries, attracting travelers to its lush mountains, bustling cities, and golden sand beaches. Despite the rapid modernization in Vietnam's urban centers of Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh, time-honored traditions remain intact amongst the locals. There are numerous Asian landmarks and the colonial structures that have survived throughout the bumps and scrapes of history. Hanoi is Vietnam's capital city as well as a popular tourist destination. In the city's old quarter, the streets are still named after the goods and wares that were once crafted and traded here. Ho Chi Minh City, or Saigon, is Vietnam's largest and most exciting city. It is a popular tourist destination due to its fascinating culture, classic French architecture, and sleek skyscrapers, as well as ornate temples and pagodas. Saigon had already been christened the Paris of Asia. Da Nang is the country's second biggest city. Due to its location at the central coast, the sandy beaches, and nearby international airport, this is one of the most popular holiday destinations in Vietnam. Hoi An is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Hoi An Town is an exceptionally well-preserved example of a Southeast Asia trading port dating from 15th century to the 19th century. Its building and its street plan reflect the influences, both indigenous and foreign, that have combined to protect the unique cultural site. Lastly, its food. Vietnamese cuisine is based around the 5 fundamental taste elements: spicy, sour, bitter, salty, and sweet. Many dishes in Vietnam consist of rice and vegetables, as well as fish, seafood, chicken, or beef. Soy sauce, as well as fish sauce or shrimp sauce, and rice products are the most common ingredients in Vietnamese dishes. The typical Vietnamese dish include Vietnamese spring rolls, pho, banh bao, and xôi. Recently, pho is an iconic symbol of Vietnamese cuisine in China. It's a kind of traditional soup dish made with clear broth, spring onions, sprouts, and sliced chicken or beef. A bowl of pho can be rated from 4 parts: broth, pho, beef, and garnishes. Among them, the quality of the broth is rated to the success or failure of the whole. Another well-known food is Vietnamese spring rolls. The biggest differences between Vietnamese spring rolls and Chinese spring rolls is that the fillings are wrapped with a rice paper made of milled rice instead of a typical paste dough. The fillings are mainly shrimp, pork, and local vegetables. It is a very popular dish in Vietnam. Alright, we have had a quick and thorough look at Vietnam from its location and geography, history, people, language, tourist attractions, and food. I hope you now have a better understanding about this Pacific terrace. See you next time.